Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So we had a wonderful trip up north going to IMTS in Chicago, and then after that going through areas of Michigan and seeing places like that. We had such a great trip. We saw so many things, including IMTS and being able to meet with a lot of our social media friends and family in the metalworking community. Got to meet a lot of new folks that have become friends with on Instagram and YouTube, and getting to meet some of the other people there. Finally getting to see some of the areas of Michigan and really enjoyed that, especially the northwest area of lower Michigan around the Sleeping Bear Dunes area. We really loved that, Grand Haven. So we had a great trip up there. And while we were at IMTS, we had a really good time hanging out with the folks at Tico Workholding and got to spend some time with them. I'd never realized how much workholding Tico actually has. I've always thought Tico, I've got their hold down kit. We've got one over on the side of the bill there. Their studs, their strap clamps, things like that, T-nuts. And never really delved into all of the other products that they offer or that they build. I just wasn't aware of it. So once we got to meet them in IMTS, we spent some time there, and I've got some video in the IMTS video that I believe is already released on the channel, where we went through and the guy showed me all of the different products that they offer within their company, from the Raptor Workholding, the Piranha line, the Mighty Bite, and their high pressure coolant lines. They've got a lot of great products there within Tico Workholding that they now offer. So, and while we were there, we had a really great visit with the students from Purdue University. They had their rocket there on display, and the students that were there, they were so excited to talk with me and show me their rocket, and they were so proud of all of the components that they machined themselves at their in their school for that rocket. So we just had a really great visit with those students there as well. That was really exciting for them. And so the guys at Tico actually invited us to stop by their facility, which is located in Union, Ohio, on our return trip. So we added that to our travels, and when we made the trek home, we went ahead and stopped by Tico Workholding so that we could visit with them. And it was originally just going to be just a very non-formal, just stop by, and we'd love to show you the shop, and you can see how some of this stuff is made, and then hit the road. And so we went there. I went there without the intentions of filming like a factory tour like I normally would. And then as soon as we got in there and walked in the shop, I instantly kind of regretted my decision on not planning to have like a full day there and having my camera and everything with me to be able to do that. So what we did is I ended up taking my phone, and Abby was with me and she used her phone, and we got several videos on our iPhones of some of the manufacturing that takes place there inside Tico's workshop. And I really enjoyed that visit with them. Being able to see all of the parts and components that we're so used to using over here on the machines. All of us that are machinists and have set up things in milling machines, we've all used studs, T-nuts, flange nuts, and strap clamps, right? And Tico's the best in the business. They make some really high quality stuff. And we got to see the machines that actually make the parts that we're so used to using there. So from the raw material coming in, the machine that's shearing off the round stock, and then the thread rolling machines, that was so cool. And then going over and seeing where they machine the T-nuts. They have a Flex CNC in there, same machine as we got right there, in there machining the flat bar for the T-nuts. And all the processes involved in making those parts that I believe they called all of those components their standard items, so they're studs, strap clamps, flange nuts, and T-nuts. But they also make a lot of other products there in-house too. They have a big CNC area. They have a ton of CNC machines. They have a bunch of big grinders in there where they make their Toolex line of vices as well as the Raptor line of vices too. So didn't get a lot of footage of the CNC machining, but it was really cool going around and seeing all of the manufacturing processes. And as I said, we got some video, so I wanted to, since it wasn't really a formal video that we made there, I thought I would kind of talk about our experience a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and drop in the videos that we did take into this video now so that you guys can see that. And then once you guys come back, I want to show you a couple things that Tico sent home with us after we left. So here's all of your raw material for the studs. This is what's going to be a threaded stud. See the print right there. That machine is just shearing them the length. You see all of their raw stock right there on the wall. They bring it over here to this machine and get them cut the length. So this machine is putting the wrench flats on the studs. That is cool. Thread roller machine, what they're doing is they're rolling the threads on the end of the stud, one end of the stud.
So we actually have another one.
This is stamping out washers. Kind of hard to see in there because of the cage, but stamping out washers. You can kind of see them right through here. And then over here is this will be the scrap side of it. Kind of see it through here. So they're using their Flex CNC to machine the T-nuts. So they've got the two pieces of flat bar stock mounted in the vices there. Those are hydraulic vices. Got the raw stock coming in right here into the machine, and now the Flex is going to do the milling here. So this is basically the same machine that we have for the shop, except this is the 6-foot wide bed. I have the 4-foot wide and the same length, 20 foot. And the way they have this set up is that they have two pieces of bar stock in there. So to basically make 4 cuts. And then once they get it cut, once they mill it, it comes over here to this side. You can see these are finished milled right here. And then it goes over here to the bandsaw, and they get cut off there. He's doing some maintenance on the saw right now, but that's the process for the T-nuts. And then they go to another machine where they get drilled, tapped, and transferred after that. What do you think? This is where the bars come into the bandsaw to get cut to length. You can see they've got some cut there. So we're almost finished with the T-nut process there. They'll go from here to get drilled, tapped, and chamfered and deburred. This is the tumbler here. So this is what they're what they'll look like after they've been deburred in the tumbler here. So this machine here is where they're taking the, right here, taking these guys, and it's going to drill it, chamfer, and tap it into a completed T-nut. So this machine right here, what it does, it takes, these are your flange nuts. These are some 5/8 flange nuts. They're machined on a CNC lathe to this process right here. They get put in the hopper, and this gets fed up into this machine. And this machine, what it does is that it cuts the 6 flats on there to make the hex, and it does it as sort of like a broaching process. They got a die that comes down and pushes it and just shears all 6 sides at one time. They're not running it at the moment, but it's interesting to see the process. You can see all the scrap there from the shearing action, and the finished hex nuts there, flange nuts. So this is their manual section right through here, and they use this area here for low production T-nuts. Like if they have a customer that orders a specific size, or they have just a very long production run, they use these drills here to drill and tap. And then they have a flex arm right there that they'll use for tapping. And then they got these drills here that they use for deburr and chamfering. They got them set up, but just like I said, this is for like custom orders or very low production runs. Otherwise, these will be finished out on the CNC machines. But it's always cool to see the mix of machines in use. Always cool seeing the flex arms in use, and some of the old machines as well. Those are South Bend drill presses right there. Pretty neat. So here's your T-bolt manufacturing area here. So you got your T-bolt, and then he's actually sheared them the length right there. And once he gets the order sheared the length, they come over to this guy right here. This is another Landis, and they can run 4 at a time, and it actually cuts the thread on the end of the T-bolt right there. It'll machine the thread on the end of it. So pretty cool just being able to see it, see the process. I'm just going to show you, it's an old Landis machine. This is one that's finished out right here. There you go. Beautiful. I love using T-bolts, especially when I was running the horizontal boring mill. Got a nice batch of them that they're working on right there. So you can hear that shear action over there. So he's grinding the bottom side of the quad vise right here. Big Okamoto surface grinder. And if you look right over here, this is what he's working on right here. These have been milled. They grind the ways for the vise there, and then once they grind that, then they put it back up in the surface grinder there and make sure that they grind the bottom surface perpendicular to the finished ways. He does all 4 sides right here.
Yeah, he does all 4 sides, and then the last one runs them all through, and then the last process is flat.
Another Okamoto surface grinder. They got it running some vise jaws right now. This guy right here. So you guys are probably all familiar with strap clamps. This is one of their CNC machines that's machining the strap clamps there. They come in as a saw cut blank right here, and they get stacked in this big fixture right here, which is these are what they build in house, and then they go into the machine, finish it all in one op, including the serrations there on the side for the step blocks. So when you guys buy a Tico hold down kit, this is where they will put them together right here. So this is the box. They have a box right here. You can see you got your step blocks, all of your strap clamps, and they'll come down the line here and fill it up with all of the proper studs, coupling nuts, T-nuts, and flange nuts to fill the kit there, and the T-slot cleaner. All right, so that was the video that we got of our shop tour there, and I like I said, I really wish that I would have planned this out and had more time there, but we really only had planned to spend about 2, maybe 3 hours there at the most, so that we could hit the road and try to get through Cincinnati and Louisville before the heavy traffic set in for the day. So I just really wish that we would have planned that out a little bit better, but we certainly enjoyed our visit there at Tico. They've got a wonderful crew. All of the people there are very friendly, and I've been enjoying sort of building up this business relationship with Tico on and working with them. And hopefully we're gonna in the future we're gonna start implementing some of their work holding fixtures, their vices over here on our machines. They have so many to offer, I don't even know where to start, so it was really eye-opening being able to see all of the new style of work holding that it's out there. I'm so used to a single station vise and strap clamps and that being about it, but there's a lot of new stuff out there that I'm learning about. I'm sure a lot of you guys in the CNC world are already well aware of all these new style of vices that are made and how they're put to work. So I'm excited about learning about using some of the new style of hardware out there for work holding. So as I said, they had sent a couple of gifts home with us, so I'm really thankful for that. I want to go ahead and show you what they sent with us when we left there. So they give me one of their single station Tico vices here. This is a 6-inch milling vise, and really excited because I've only got the one vise in here right now. It's over there on the Milltronic. So I want to open this guy up and let's check it out. And I want to get it set up on the KBC mill there because I need to get a good milling vise on the KBC. So really excited about that. And they also sent one of their kits. So this is the, all the studs that we were seeing being made, the studs, the T-nuts. This is one of those standard kits right here that, because I've only got the one in the shop, so I needed to add some more, but it was really nice of them to kind of surprise me at the end and say, oh, hey, we want to send one of these hold down kits with you in one of our single station vices. So very cool of Tico to do that. I want to go ahead and open these guys up and check them out. All right, let's open up this one first and see if we can check out all of our hardware, much needed hardware. All right, that's going to be the metal parts there. And then, oh yeah, this is nice. So this is one of their metal, the storage container for all of the parts right here, made out of metal, the one that I've got. So they offer it in plastic as well. But this is the first one that I'll have that's made of metal. Tico, made in USA. And so here's all the parts right here. So all of the studs. It's really cool being able to see how this was made. I always thought that the 4 wrench flats would have been milled in there. I didn't ever realize that they just basically crimped them in there. One of the guys was saying it's basically it's a swedge, so it goes in that machine. It just crimps the 4 flats and then it goes out and then it goes into the rolling machine. Flange nuts were pretty cool. So these are all turned on a CNC lathe and parted off, and then they go to another machine, and I believe we showed that in the video. And I saw the die. I think I got a picture of one of the dies. They had a couple dies in the in the tooling department, the tool and die shop, for repair. And it's basically a hex-shaped die that they put in the machine, and that die just comes down and just basically it broaches it. So it just pushes it and it cuts all 6 sides at one time. And that machine just sits there and just constantly just does that to make the flange nuts. And of course the T-nuts. So these are milled over there on the flex, and then they go to another machine where they're drilled, chamfered, and tapped. We had a few guys on Instagram mention and ask, like, why don't they use the flex to do all of these operations, in one setup? I didn't get into that with them. I don't know why they wouldn't drill and tap it in the flex, but they know their product, and I'm sure that they have their reasons why they're only milling it on the flex and then cutting them and putting them in another machine. But like I said, we didn't get into that. I'd never thought to ask that question, but I'm sure they have their own reasoning why they do that. Maybe they want to keep. Maybe they know that the way that they have it set up is actually a faster process than actually doing it all on one machine, and they're using those older machines that does all the drilling and tapping and keeping those things in operation. But anyway, that's really nice of them to gift me this hold down kit. There's one of their T-slot cleaners right there. So very cool. All right, so that's the stud kit. I'll work on getting all these guys set up off camera and get them put in the kit there, and I'm happy to add another one of these hold down sets to the shop. All right, so let's get to the vise and see. All right, there's their warranty card and the tolerances on their inspection. Inspected August 2022. This is the chip shield that slides up in between the ways there. There we go. There we go. That thing is pretty. Really excited about this. Finally having us another nice milling vise that we can add to our KBC mill there. And this is going to be a very welcomed addition to the shop. There's a vise handle right there. This is going to be, this is your typical 6-inch milling vise. And it's in beautiful condition. Awesome. Can't thank Tico enough for giving me this to add to the shop here to be able to use for our work. Really thankful of Tico giving me this really nice 6-inch single station vise there, and of course all of the hardware that we got to see being manufactured in their shop. Very cool of them. We really had a great time visiting them. I wish that I had planned that out a little bit better so that we could have spent some more time in their shop, seeing all of their machines operating and all the parts that they were making in there for their other tooling components that we didn't really get to spend a lot of time seeing. But keep Tico in mind if you're in the market for some really good quality work holding. The Tico work holding, such as this stuff right there, they make in-house. Their Toolex line of vices are made in-house, and as well as the Raptor line is all made right there in Union, Ohio. Some good quality stuff. I'm looking forward to, once we start getting more involved with our CNC stuff, kind of figuring out some of those work holding needs that might come up, or figuring out some new ways to be able to utilize their product for some work holding for our jobs around here, and be able to put some of those other things to work as well. But all good quality stuff. All the folks that were out in the shop, all the men, the women, they were, you could tell that they were all proud of doing what they do, making high quality parts right there in Union, Ohio. Just a good group of folks there at Tico Workholding, and we certainly really enjoyed and appreciated our visit with them. So thank you again, Tico. So I'm going to get this guy mounted over there on the KBC mill and get it trammed in and ready for some work. I've actually got some stuff over here waiting on the mill now to get started on. I'm sure I'm going to have some stuff there to share on a later video with you guys. So thank you again, Tico, for inviting us in, and I hope all you viewers enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. All right?